Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Double honors to the high priest elders that were before them. Peace and salutations to sincere brothers out there pushing this word with all sincerity and in truth. It's the brother Tazamak from the Great Millstone Austin camp. And today's lesson, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. I want to go into the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50. And we're going to start off in verse 33. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go." Okay. So the children of Israel and the children of Judah, okay, which is speaking about the two kingdoms, because the nation of Israel got split into two kingdoms after King Solomon's death. Okay, got split into the southern kingdom and into the northern kingdom. All right, the kingdom of Judah and the kingdom of Israel. That's why when we just read right now in Jeremiah 50, it said, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel," referring to the kingdom of Israel, which is the northern kingdom, "and the children of Judah were oppressed together," which the children of Judah is representing the kingdom of Judah. All right. It says, "were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go." So let's go to Ezekiel and get a little more edification. Okay, let's go to Ezekiel 37 and verse 16. It says, "Moreover," verse 15, "the word of the Lord Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah," all right, "and for the children of Israel, his companions." So this is speaking about both kingdoms. "Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions." All right, so that's going into this. Okay, this is the companions. It says Ephraim and his companions, which the rest of the tribes from the northern kingdom. Okay, the tribes from the southern kingdom. All right, and it says, verse 17, "and join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thy hand." All right, they shall become one in thy hand. Let me get give me a sec, Salakia. "And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee," all right, which this is going into the 12 tribe chart sign, the stick, okay, the plank, all right. It says, "and they shall become one in thy hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, Wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and there shall be one in mine hand." Okay, which is why we say, all right, the nation of Israel, all right, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we can see in here, you make up the whole nation. All right, all the in today's time, a remnant is returning as a whole people, not, "Oh, I'm from Southern Kingdom, I'm North." No, they're returning as in one, as the scriptures say. It said, It said in verse 19, it says, say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, the other tribes, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in my hand, which is the times that we are in. All right, the stick is one in the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's hand. Okay. So now that we got a little more edification on Jeremiah 50 and 33, okay, Israel and Judah, the children of Israel and the children of Judah, representing the both kingdoms with their companions, the other tribes with them. Now let's look at this word oppressed. Okay, and it says to keep someone in subservience and hardship, especially by the unjust exercise of authority, subject to harsh and authoritarian treatment, persecute, abuse, maltreat, ill-treat, all right, suppress, subdue, enslave, hold down, keep down, grind down, okay, persecuted. So underprivileged is one of them. So oppression came in many ways. The oppression to the children of Israel and the children of Judah came in many ways. And that oppression goes back ultimately to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 46, the curses. Because the scriptures say here in this verse, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So these curses in Deuteronomy 28, after verse 15, it tells you about the curses that came upon the whole nation of Israel, the children of Judah and the children of Israel. Okay. Let's get did I just pass it? Look, let's get verse 37. It says, and thou shalt becoming an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord Yahweh shall lead thee. Black, right, brown, spics, niggas, all kinds of bywords that were shown, all right, and pushed out to the nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, verse 45, it says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy power to keep his commandments and his statutes which he command thee. Okay, and let's go into some of the segregation that was shown, which this is part of oppression. Because, let me see, I know I got it right here. I typed in on the Google AI overview. All right. It says blacks and Latinos have higher poverty rates than other groups, which factors including systematic discrimination, educational disparities. What does disparity mean? I know I got it right here. Where's it at? Come on. It says disparity, a difference in level or untreatment, especially one that is seen unfair, imbalance in inequality. All right. Difference, distinction. So disparities and lower median incomes contributing to this disparity. All right. Historical and ongoing residential segregation concentrates poverty in certain neighborhoods. So, all this oppression, the poverty, the segregation that was shown to to the so-called Negroes and Latinos, okay, American Indian boarding, segregation schools. This is all oppression, man. This is the light side of oppression, because there came, after oppression came, death. Because in Ezekiel 35, the oppressor, Salakia, all right, was the nation of Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. When you go into it, deep into the history, a specific race oppressed the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, which are in Jeremiah 50 and 33, the children of Israel and the children of Judah. Okay, they were oppressed by the same man. Give me a sec, Salaki. Ezekiel 35. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord, Yahweh, came unto me, son of man. Set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. And say unto it, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee the most desolate. So Mount Seir is going into the nation of Edom, which means red, which Edom, the Edomites are the self-proclaimed white people today. Their forefather going back to Esau. Okay. Verse 5, we're going to jump down to verse 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Verse 6, therefore as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Said, thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. But the reason why, because the Edomites have always hated Jacob. It goes back to Esau and Jacob in the book of Genesis 27. Tells you how Esau hated Jacob for his blessing. But going back to Jeremiah 50 and verse 33, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast, and they refused to let them go. Okay, let's not. And like I said, this is a light side. You can bring what they did. All right, they lynched, right? They the so-called original picnics, alligator baits, lynchings, burnings, right? Last time I showed certain images and they banned my video, it was too harsh for YouTube, man. What the Edomites did, reality. But okay, and to top it off, even in today's time, 2025, who's oppressing you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? The self-proclaimed white man, the Edomites. Okay, Babylon the Great, America is the land that we were oppressed together. Ultimately, it was a land that in the land of our captivity, we would remember ourselves. Okay, which is prophecy, Baruch 2 and 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, their power. For I will give them a heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You see? So in the land of our captivity, where we were oppressed together, which is here in Babylon the Great, we would remember ourselves. All right, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Until the next one, Shalom.